Hello folks and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today we are finally revealing the end result of what has been a lot of work on the channel over the past 2 months. Here it is, the Toyota Starlet. It's finished. Ta-da! So here it is, the end result of the Toyota Starlet transformation. It looks absolutely unreal on this very, very wet day. It is what it is. We're filming in January, so you're not going to get a scorching day, but it still looks absolutely amazing. It's going to get pretty dirty today because we are going to drive it. But before we do that, we'll do the little walk around like we always do and show you what's been done to the car. So starting off at the front end of the car, this has had a lot more custom work than what we usually do with the cars on the channel. We started off with the front bumper. Now this was really badly damaged. It had random paint on the corners of this. We had little bump strips going up here. We had grills along the bottom and along the top, but that is looking completely different now. So I cut those grills out, smoothed them all off, put new bits of fiberglass and plastic in there, and then primed it and painted it, and it looks pretty factory, I must say. We also added in the mesh grills on the top and bottom. New plate as well. Jude and Jan aren't fans of that because it's got the new lettering, but I didn't care. We also kept the original Toyota badge for the car. We left it off the back, as you'll see soon, but we put this original one back on. So I retaped that, stuck that back on after we painted the car. But yeah, apart from that, pretty standard on the front end. I mean, standard headlights and stuff. We didn't go for Glanza ones, and we probably need a new indicator because it comes out a bit, but we'll get to that later down the line. So moving on to the side of the car, this is one of the best angles yet, to be fair. Obviously we have the fresh paintwork from the respray, colour coded mirrors, colour coded door handles, and the original colour as well. We also have these NK CPS2s. Now these were absolutely battered when I first picked them up. It was Jude that actually sent me them, and I'm glad he did because they were a lot of work, but now that they're done they look absolutely amazing. There was a bit of dirt on them, but you get the idea. It's a shame with the weather. I also painted the calipers. Those, it's just gloss black paint. I wanted to keep it subtle for this because I didn't want to take away from the finish of the wheel. We also lowered the car as well, so we've got a nice bit of arch gap. Yeah, we have a little bit of arch gap, but it's pretty much perfect. If we went any lower, it would just be absolutely terrible to drive. We're still missing some clips. I need to get new clips for these. These all broke when I took the arch liner out when we went to paint the car, so we'll need some new clips. Rest of the side, as I said, mirrors, handles, everything else is standard. We removed the bump strips, or lack of bump strips. There wasn't many on it, to be fair. I think there was one on the other side. So those came off anyway, and we've left it just with the original mould of the body of the car. This quarter, now, this was a lot of work. It was absolutely battered when I first got the car. It was full of filler. It's still got filler in it right now, but we completely took all that off because we needed to get back down to bare metal and check that it was okay. So we took that back to bare metal after sanding for I think over 20 minutes, sanded, fill it out, and then I've re-repaired it. It is not perfect. You might see a couple of the lines that are not perfect. I mean, there's one here, it's not bang on, but honestly it is so much better than it was when we first got the car. Also down there's a wee bit of dent, but it was never going to be perfect without replacing the quarter, and replacing the quarter on what is essentially a very cheap car, it's not really worth it. So we'll come round to the back end. Moving on to the back end of the car, this looked completely different when I first bought the car. I mean, we had a massive gaping hole in this part of the boot where the keyhole used to be, and now that is no more. So I brought Jude in to weld a nice plate into there. I'd originally cut it out. We've still got the bit in the car actually, so I'll maybe get that out. We also got rid of the window wiper and the badge as well. There's no badging on the back because there used to be Toyota Starlet stickers on there, and they're like £30 per sticker, so we'll leave that.
There is one thing we noticed when we were looking at
it. Yeah, there is one thing that we probably should have done, but we didn't notice it until we had fitted the wheels and all that. We've left the washer for the window, but there's no window wiper to wash the washer. So yeah, we actually didn't notice this at all. Nobody noticed it. My dad, anybody, Amy, nobody's noticed it. So I think it'll
fly under the radar.
Yeah, it's only noticeable if you're the one there, and especially if it ever gets a wraparound spoiler on it, you'll never see it. And talking to wraparound spoilers, I really tried to get one for this car, but it's just so hard. I'd messaged a couple of people, but it never ever came to prosperity. So yeah, big word. But yeah, other stuff on the back end, new plate again. We also repainted the trim for the number plate lights. The number plate lights were fine, so they're still standard. Standard back lights just polished up, and back bumper completely smoothed as well. These had the same bump strips as the front bumper, but they're gone now as well. A much smoother and cleaner look, and it's also almost got that sort of Glanza look to it, without obviously the more flared arches at the back there. Standard, well, no standard exhaust. The exhaust that was on it when I bought it, it probably could do with being changed, maybe a nice roll tip, and the actual way it mounts isn't the greatest either. It's a bit rattly, so can maybe do that, but don't know how long we're keeping the car. And then, last but not least, the driver's side. Pretty much the same as the passenger side, but we'll cover the wheels here. So again, NKCPS2 on the back there, painted the drums gloss black to match the front calipers. Again, keeping it understated, I'm not a fan of painted drums, it's just not a bit of me. We also did paint in the rear arches there as well when I painted the car, so I had it jacked right up, no wheels on the back, and got some paint and lacquer in there just so you can see it if you ever do go to look in the arch. But yeah, looking pretty fresh. This back end was lowered as well, so it's actually a bit lower on the back than it is the front, and it's pretty much perfect. I mean, I think we had a wee tiny bit of rubbing when Jude was in the back at the unit when we test drove it, but apart from that, it's been absolutely fine. So, interior. This is all completely standard, and a lot of people have been saying to get different seats, change the interior up a bit, but I'm not that bothered about it. I kind of like the bus seats, to be fair. Pretty stylish. I put a seat cover on the driver's seat just to keep it nice, because this interior is in good condition. So all we really done with this was cleaned it up. We shampooed the seats, shampooed the carpets, and just gave it all overall good clean. I also hoovered it the other week when we finished the car to get any dust out, but yeah.
It actually looks like you've bought a different interior for it. It's so much cleaner.
Yeah, it is like so much fresher. Even all like the door cards and that, it just looks different. And again, nice and standard. So yeah, interior, not much to point out on this, but it's clean. And last but not least, we'll check under the bonnet, because we do a bit of work here right at the start when we first started the project on the channel. So under here, we've tidied it up a bit. It was absolutely minging in this engine bay, so we give it a good clean up. We painted the rocker cover, changed the rocker cover gasket as well, because that was a bit leaky, and now it looks absolutely brilliant, to be fair. It looks pretty fresh. I mean, it's pretty standard on there, but it looks so much better than it did before. Obviously that cone filter was on there before, could probably do with a new one, because as you can see, it does obviously rub underneath the bonnet, but that was there when I bought the car, so yeah. I think the rocker cover gasket's been pretty successful as well when I changed it, because we have no oil around that lip where it was when we first got the car, so I think it's been a success. But yeah, under the bonnet, pretty much standard, but fresh looking. So obviously I'm not alone today, I'm with Jude and Jan. They've helped me film this video, but now all three of us are going to jump in the Starlet and we're going to head to the seaside. We're going to the Fife town of Burnt Island. Let's go! But before we go to Burnt Island, I thought me and Jude should hop in the car and go on a little drive and talk about how it actually drives and how it looks now as well, because it looks pretty different. Comfy there. Yeah. But aye, driving the car, weight being lowered like we done in the last video, it is pretty stiff now, and it's not great over bumps, but it looks really cool. That is one of the best things about it. Yeah, obviously it looks over how it drives.
Yeah, but then, as I said in the last video, it still doesn't drive. It's not as crashy as the Nova. Aye, it's quite nice.
It's not like it's on the bump stops. Like, it's not just solid. You just get a bit of
pause. How is it different to like cars you've had before? What do you enjoy about this one specifically?
I mean, it's actually pretty nippy. That's one thing about the car. 1.3 litre engine, but it goes up the revs pretty well, and the rev limiter sounds pretty good. We've hit that in second a couple of times. Although it does take a while, and there is no rev clock on the gauges here, so you didn't know when it's going to come in. But yeah, it drives alright, it's not bad. Like even we're going for a 30 right now, and you can just drive along pretty well. There is an exhaust rattle though, which is very annoying.
It is getting on my nerves.
Yeah, so
but, like, it tracks straight.
Yeah.
There's no other noises. It's pretty nice.
It is literally just that exhaust noise, and then when you hit a pothole or a speed bump, you get a bit of bump. And sometimes a scrape if it's a really high one.
True.
But yeah, it is a lowered car. It's an older car as well, so you're going to get noises. I mean, it's not like it's going to have the most sound deadening in the world and that, but that's what it's about. It's good fun. It's cheap motoring as well. I mean, this is an economy car from the 90s, so yeah. What can you expect? Kind
of surprising. Like everyone says it's the granny's car and all that kind of thing, but it's pretty nippy.
Aye, exactly. I think you'd find the same in like probably the equivalent the 1.3 K11 Micra. It'd be like the same sort of thing. Yeah. Everybody thinks it's slow in that, but they're actually pretty nippy for what they are. And again, this car was purchased for £600, so it's back on the road for a lot of labour cost.
Yeah.
But it's all been mine pretty much. But like in terms of actually cost on buying stuff and that, it's not been too bad, and the car's back on the road because this car was meant to get bought by someone else, and they were just going to use it over the winter and then scrap it after that. So this car's had a new lease of life, and hopefully there's a speed bump there. Hopefully once I'm done with it can continue on the road and keep going for many years to come.
I was saying, this is the perfect base for someone to like take, do stuff to the interior if they wanted, do some engine mods. It's a very solid foundation if you wanted to build a Starlet.
Definitely, you could
all the hard cosmetic stuff is done. It looks bang on.
Aye, and it's like running bang on as well. That obviously we changed the rocker cover gasket. So aye, we're going for a very tight section. But aye, it's like a really good base. You could go absolutely mental with this car. It's got the looks now, so you could do whatever. Air ride would look pretty cool with these wheels and stuff. I don't know, you could do absolutely anything. Track car, if you wanted to just wreck it again, but it's up to yourself. Strap a turbo to it, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Cool street car.
Yeah. So, aye, good car. Right, we're going to do a 0 to 60 test in the Toyota Starlet. Jude's on the timer. We have £120 tyres on this, the full set were £120. We have a bit of a damp road as well. It's not currently raining, but it has been for the past few days. Yeah. So, I'm going to try and get some wheel spin, and we'll just try and get it clean. So, here we go.
You ready? Are you just going to go while I count you in?
Go, count me in.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on!
Well, actually, we're getting there.
60.
There's a 14.79. I'm sure we can do better than that.
What was it? 14?
Yeah.
That's alright.
It's actually pretty
For
good.
a wheel spin?
Yeah.
And the tyres. So now that we've had an actual drive of the car, let's go on the road to Burnt Island, which is pretty much just motorways. So yeah, at least we got this part. Cool, let's go. Welcome. Welcome.
This is the smell that.
Why couldn't you bought
a limousine or something? Do you know I bought an S500 long wheelbase project?
I'm glad I'm driving.
Emphasis on the project. We in the project.
Okay, we are free up in the Starlet. It's a bit cramped over this side of the car, but we're now going to get on our trip to Burnt Island. Who's excited? Who's excited?
And the crowd goes mild.
Woo! Yeah! So we were on the road heading towards Burnt Island, and with the time we went at, it was rush hour traffic. It was going to take a bit longer, but we were definitely going to get there. And that motorway traffic continued to be pretty bad, but we were slowly but surely making it to our destination. So we're now on to the next part of the motorway. We're getting towards the 4-4 bridge, we're at the Queensway Crossing, as it's actually called. We're fogging up pretty bad in here, but it is what it is. We're maintaining it. And we'll eventually get to Burnt Island. That traffic was pretty heavy back here, but it's sort of cleared up a bit. We're doing 52 miles an hour, so we're surely getting there. we have now made it to the Queensferry crossing. How's everybody enjoying the drive?
So much, it's great, it's
I
lovely.
love this car, it's so good. Aiden's definitely not paid us to say that.
No, this is not sponsored.
So what have we got? 2-3 more exits till we get to the Burnt Island exit. This is going to be amazing.
You get off at the first exit.
Oh,
Nah, exit 1. Or exit
right,
1.
restart. Okay, we've now exited the motorway. We are heading to Burnt Island. We're going the more scenic route. We could have went right up the motorway, but we're going for the prettier way. So let's go.
Aiden, where are we going, by the way? You haven't mentioned.
We're going to Burnt Island, a seaside town in the coast of Fife. And eventually we arrived in Burnt Island, so now we could get parked up at the seaside. We've arrived at the seafront, quite literally, it is right there. The waves are pretty harsh today, we've got a lot of wind. But we're going to go out,
Get drenched.
yeah, and we're going to have to drive back to get an ice cream unfortunately, but we are at the seaside.
I'm going hour drive back in the Starlet, man.
Tell you what, just drop me off home, I'll get my car.
Yeah, but I could actually drop you saying. So we hopped out of the Starlet and headed to go and get an authentic seaside ice cream on this beautiful day. Ice cream time for me and Jude. Got to do the seaside proper.
Something's got to save this day, like. It's bleak.
There we go.
It's saved the day, this is really good.
Great success, raspberry ripple and fudge or something. How's your ice cream, yeah?
Really good, sensational. Finished already.
Yeah.
Restoration expert turned food vlogger Aiden Galloway.
Yeah. Successful, the car's done. Just not got the weather for it. Unfortunately. But it might be driven, eh? Well, there we have it. We've made it to Burnt Island on this lovely Friday afternoon. The weather is beautiful. Very scenic area actually, it is nice. If this was sunny it would be lovely. Jude's looking very sad behind the camera. But yeah, there we go, Starlet is complete. What a transformation. I don't know what we're going to do next with the car. I would like to take it on a road trip where we actually stay overnight somewhere, so you'll maybe see that in the next few weeks. But there we go, Starlet is complete. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed the series as well. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like this video, comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new or watching my videos and you're not subscribed. See you guys in the next one. Bye. I'm going to go in the sea now.